Hello and welcome to Cali Legends Media. Okay, as everybody knows by now, we're trying to reach 10,000 subscriber goal. So if you watch the videos, if you visit the channel often, I want to ask that you please hit that subscribe button down below. Set that notification bell on all so you'll be notified whenever we drop a video. And also sometime during the video, even if you'd like to take a second right now, hit that like button. It really is a good way to support the channel without it costing anything. They're very important to content creators, okay? Now, let's get into this video. Now, you know, in a lot of comment sections, the subscribers are very vocal, okay? And I've heard two comments lately that really made me think about things, okay? One of them was that it seems that my content is getting dark, you know? It's sad, you know? Well, I have no control over that with what I talk about, okay? Because I talk about living in Maravilla, living in East LA, and usually I try to keep it upbeat, okay? But there's been a lot of negativity or negative instances taking place, a lot of lives lost, and not all by gang violence, not all by the usage of any type of chemicals and stuff. Some of them were natural. Some of them were from guys that belonged to a gang. Some didn't belong to a gang, you know? There was one just the other day where about maybe 8 or 9 blocks from where I live, a young boy and one of his parents got run over, okay? From what I understand, it was only one of his parents, okay? But he was a young kid, you know? There was a lot of people going by, a lot of the young boy's friends that were leaving backpacks with messages on them and stuff, you know. And yeah, it is sad. It is a very, very sad thing. Now, we don't know if the driver was under the influence or if he was speeding and just didn't see these people, or he was going too fast where he couldn't stop. But whatever the situation was, it unalived that young boy, okay? And that's just adding to all of the other lives that had been lost within just a couple of weeks, right? I'm hoping that the situation changes and things start looking up and the people come back out, start hitting the streets, cruising and having their events. There was an event today with the Volkswagens up at SoCal Burgers, and you know, they had a band there or some type of musical group, and a lot of really, really nice VWs, cars, and VW vans, you know. So, you know, that was an indication of things starting to look up, you know. So I apologize for all the doom and gloom that has been included in my videos lately, you know. Also, another statement that was made was that a lot of content creators are milking the Emmanuel Haro case, okay, where the two parents are charged right now with the unaliving of Emmanuel Haro, okay? And of course, it was a lot of attention given to that situation. It was real heavy in the internet. A lot of people were talking about it. A lot of people were misinformed about certain things, and we found out later, you know, different content creators were misinformed. In any case, there's been a lot of content creators who are just staying on it, and it seems like every day they have something to say about Emmanuel Haro and the case of his parents doing what they did to him, right? Now, in social media, people are going to talk about whatever they can talk about to get views. That's the whole point of social media. If nobody's watching, then what's the point, right? But one thing that I agree with the subscribers is that sometimes enough is enough. If you see people that are bringing up old content and rehashing it and putting a different spin on it, and at first I was thinking, okay, they're trying to keep it alive, they're trying to keep the case alive, but really it's not news, it's nothing new. They're just saying what has been said in a different manner. And yeah, I agree with the subscribers. I think that a couple of channels are just milking it, for everything they can. I could see trying to keep it alive and bringing attention to it and keeping it in the forefront of issues. But there hasn't been any new breakthroughs, really. They went to court, and the biggest news is out of the court was that they pleaded not guilty, and that's it. Like, why make 2-3 videos out of that? They pleaded not guilty, and that's it. When there's something to report, yes, please report it. Please bring it to the public's attention. Let everybody know what's going on, so we could all know what to pray about regarding Emmanuel Haro. Okay? But if you're just doing it just so you keep the views going and stuff, because right now it's a tough time. If you notice, a lot of channels don't have very many views, and including mine, but I'm not going to go and rehash something that, unless there's something pertinent, something that I feel that it's new and the public or the viewers should know or hear about, then I'll speak on it, But I prefer not to just keep talking about that situation. There's enough stuff in the news about it, mainstream news and stuff. And I agree with all of you who have put in my comment section that certain channels are just milking it, for everything they could, And I could understand how somebody said they're riding that wave. Man, that wave came and gone, That's it. Now it's whenever something new comes about, something something that we haven't heard or something, then I could understand it. Otherwise, it's just chasing views, man. And it's a terrible thing to use that little baby's demise and situation to run a channel, and there should be some type of feeling of guilt and embarrassment for those that do things like that. Anyways, there's other channels. Slugs is one of them. Slugstown, who seems to be pulling content, different content. He keeps changing his content, talking about different things. Sometimes he doesn't get very good views, but he's pulling different content. He's just not rehashing stuff just to bring attention to his channel and stuff, and I could respect that, I know I said a lot of things regarding slugs and stuff, and I don't remember why, maybe he just made me feel some sort of way, but for the most part, I really can't say nothing about that dude. He's doing his thing. He stays in his lane for the most part. He still's got a hard on for Dubs. And again, Dubs, okay? That just happened to come out. Man, people just keep on that Dubs shit, And even Dubs stays on it. Why? Because it brings views, But something like that is way different than a baby that has been has met its demise due to his parents lacking the skills and the love to take care of that child, you know. Bringing that up over and over again, that's a bad look, you know. It really is. But, you know, people are going to report what they're going to report, talk what they're going to talk, and there's really nothing that anybody could do or say, you know. But it's very important that the people recognize that we don't all agree with that get down, and it's not cool. It's not. Even that going over Dub's shit like a million times. I seen EBK when he came back full force, because he was doing bad for a while. Dude has cancer. I give him credit, you know. He came back. He got a, you know, he rebounded, but he came back with the same old shit about Dubs. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and that kicked up a little bit of dust, and people started doing the Dub thing again. Just like this dude Ronnie came out and he said, "Oh yeah, to get views and stuff. Yeah, I brought up Dubs. That was a tactic to increase my views and you know, he just put it out there straight what it is, you know. But that issue's dead already, you know. That's some desperate moves, you know. If something news mentioned or something, I'll jump all over it. But you know, it's the same old shit all the time. You know, even Dubs knows that it brings views. He'll now he said he wouldn't do it, but now he's jumping on the bandwagon too. And I guess he figures, hey, if people are gonna talk, well, let's talk and let's all make some money. You know, I don't know. YouTube's become a crazy place. No, it hasn't become a crazy yarda. It's not a yarda. You know, that's like the most stupidest thing I've heard. But nevertheless, you know, you want to have fun with calling it a yard or whatever. Okay, you know, I'll play along. You know, I'll play the YouTube game. Anyways, I just wanted to bring up these things because it's just a small circle, it seems, that are involved with these shenanigans, you know. And you know, if anybody sees me falling into that, hey, give me a shout out, man. Straight get me back in my lane, you know. It won't be the first time you guys do that, and I appreciate it. Hey, you know, sometimes you know, I need something to put on my channel too, you know. But hey, yeah, enough's enough already with the Dubs pedal. And baby Amat, Emmanuel, man, let him rest in peace. And now let's pray for justice, and it'll all come out towards the end. We're nowhere near that, you know. This is only the beginning. So let's be visual. Let's keep an eye out when something new pops up or something that needs to be talked about. If I miss it, hey, let me know so I could jump on it, you know. You know, I'm not always doing YouTube. I'm a very, very busy person. You know, it's YouTube cannot take all my attention, you know, because then I'll be failing in other areas. Anyways, it is what it is, you know. The people are going to do and talk about things that they want to talk about. It's nothing that I learned that it's nothing I could do or say, you know. I thought at first talking about certain things and bringing certain things out would make people think and maybe stop or make other people join in and say, hey, man, you know, get right. You know, you talking about that ain't right. But it doesn't happen. It's not going to happen. And people are just going to talk what they're going to talk, you know. This is my video for today. I hope that I see you guys in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. I try to get back in all my comment sections, but if you see a thumbs up all the way down, you know I went through all of at the very least, I went through all of the comments, you know. Then I go back at a later time and I answer them with more specific answers depending on what's shared on my comment section. So see you guys in the comment section. You know who you are. And I really appreciate each and every one of you who subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to hit that like button. God bless you. God bless your families. Stay safe, people. Things are getting crazy. they've been crazy for a long time, but things are getting more crazy out in this world that we live. So be very careful, be very vigilant, stay safe, keep your family safe, stay out from behind them bars, and you know, stay on point with your head on the swivel, man, because anything could happen to anyone, and you just wake up in a cell one day knowing and understanding the fact that basically you're fucked. You know, you don't want to be that guy. Thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next video.